Yo. Yo, the police are here again. Harassing, I guess. They still haven't fixed any of that issue. So, one moment. I'm recording everything, so let me get this set up. All right. Hello.
How's it going, Matthew?
Good, how are you today?
Mind opening the door so we can talk to you?
You can talk to me through the door. Again, even on live camera, I've been publicly harassed, and this seems like more of that harassment.
We're just here to check up on you. You think if you're talking in person?
You are talking to me in person, and you can see me on live camera. This is obviously harassment. Is there a reason you're here other than harassing me?
Like I said, we're here to check up on you.
That's not a real answer. Is there any reason you're here other than to harass me?
Matthew, have you been sleeping?
You can see the live camera of me sleeping. This is so disingenuous, it's terrible. I don't even believe you're a real officer. What's your name, sir? Officer Polito. State your badge number.
You can come out here and read it if you want to get my badge number.
Actually, you can state it because I don't know if you're a real officer or not. You can just be a person in a costume.
Okay. What happened? Have you been sleeping, Matthew?
Obviously, you can see it on the live camera.
Follow your live camera so
Well, you should, because all of the information that you're asking for is directly being live broadcasted. You're being disingenuous, and this is abusive behavior.
You've been hearing any voices lately?
No, sir.
Have you ever heard voices?
Officer, all of this was asked when I was put in duress in illegal detention. Yes, you are here for that. You are in the authority of people who have illegally abused the United States system here, and you're making the police look like a joke on live camera. Why haven't you dealt with any of my issues that I brought up?
I've never dealt with you before, so how...
Exactly, because I brought up to the police a number of times and they keep not dealing with my situation. They send people who aren't informed to come and harass me. This is disingenuous and abusive. You need to desist in this behavior now.
Matthew, what issues are you talking about?
I've brought up psychological harassment and abuse. I brought up that my landlord was participating in abusive sexual behavior around me and dominant forms of abusive behavior. When I was in detention, I brought up that this was an issue. They didn't seem to think it was an issue. Dr. Steed at HCPC didn't think it was an issue. Neither did Dr. Wu. Neither did any of the people. Neither did the police department. None of you guys took this seriously, and you're obviously just here to harass me because I'm bringing up real issues, and you guys are seemingly caught out in the light participating in abusive behavior that you should be ashamed of.
When's the last time you took your medication, Matthew?
I don't take medication.
You stopped taking your medication?
I was never forced to take any medication. You're making this seem as if I'm acting unreasonable, but you're clearly acting unreasonable. Officer, I would like you to leave. You're harassing me, officer. This is psychological harassment, and I would like you to leave. Look, I'm clearly being harassed. Hi, KPRC. I'm gonna put you on speakerphone real fast.
Okay.
Would you say KPRC News Desk again, please? Just so you can confirm that. I'm on a live stream, and I'll give you the live stream, but I'm being harassed at the moment, and I just want to get it on the news.
KPRC News Desk.
All right. So, I am here in Houston, Texas, and I have been harassed by the police a number of times, and I've been posting about this on the internet. And I have this on a live stream as I'm being harassed. Officer Polito, who would not give me his badge number, who's asking me in a harassing manner continually as if I'm some sort of child or in some sort of uninformed mental state to deal with him. And these people will not stop harassing me because I've literally caught the police in abusive behavior. And I was, like, it's all on camera, and I would like to share that with you and a number of news organizations as I can, if I can, because this is terrible and it's wrong and it's abuse.
Okay. You're recording this right now?
Yes, sir. And if you want the live stream, I will give you the live stream to the YouTube channel right now. And I'm on GoPro camera. I'm filming them as they're harassing me at the door. They harassed me on the 19th. They sent me to jail illegally. Like, they had to harass me through my family. They're lying to my family and tricking my mom and drugging. They're trying to get me to take drugs that I shouldn't, that are unnecessary. They're playing games of abuse around me. Officer Polito, there are 3 officers standing outside of my door at the moment. And
Can you put this all into an email for me and send it to desk@kprc.com?
is it on here at, I'll do this live so you can, it's being streamed, so let me just.
Absolutely. Do it. Send it right now to me while I'm on the phone with you. Do it. Send it to desk@kprc.com.
And subject,
I'm sorry, sir.
what should I make this subject?
Police harassment. Police harassment. Don't come to me. I have my email open. Don't come right to me.
All right, and I will send it to you. I'm gonna send you the live link. So as I'm streaming live now, I'm gonna send you my YouTube and the live link.
Got it, sir.
All right,
Thanks.
thank you. You're harassing me. You've asked enough questions. You're being disingenuous. I've called the KPRC, and I'm calling a number of news organizations and sending them all of this information. You guys are abusive and abusing your power. Officer Polito, in fact, state your badge number, please. The 3 officers, state your badge numbers.
The people, it's right here.
What is, is that 8885? Officer Griffin, will you state your badge number? Will you come up to the door like Officer Polito did in a kind fashion? Will the other officer do the same? Okay, well, all right, well, thank you for stating your badge number. Again, I'm calling KPRC. I've already done that, and I'm calling another organization right now. You're being disingenuous. I've already answered this on live stream. I mean, how more disingenuous can these people be? This is just to harass and abuse. As I've said, they should be on live stream right now with Facebook. Then you would see how disingenuous and abusive this actually is. But they aren't. So you got that 8885? Officer Polito. I mean, I know a Polito from Lutheran High North. I know, but I mean, is this related? Is this more of these people who, like, didn't engage any of my issues really and are just trying to force drugs on me in mental confusion land This book obviously gets people out of mental confusion. Pharmakia, pharmacon, is the sorcery and magic that they're trying to shove down you. It's poison. I mean, clearly. And they're trying to say, did you take your poison today? I mean, it's literally trillion-dollar drug companies, billion-dollar drug companies have all sorts of interest in making people do shit that they shouldn't. So it's really wrong, and it's still going on today somehow. Somehow I mean, it seems as if these people have been bought off in real time. So I'm gonna make sure that it's really obvious that this is. The Houston police harassment case that I was just talking to this person about. I mean, do these people want to see the police system broken? Why would anybody respect the police if they're being this disingenuous? It's just obvious. Actually, why would they? Like, I'm being a model citizen. They're trying to drug me into submission with drugs that don't work instead of listening to me about the patent, which in a number of countries, as I brought this up, it invalidates all these people's billion-dollar, trillion-dollar industries. I mean, clearly, them trying to abuse me in psychological fashions, in a number of fashions, is obviously wrong. This is wrong. Them maybe paying off the police or whatever, there's all sorts of unions and stuff to where they can control, instead of these people listening to me and just the IOTA system. Why not buy a bunch of that and make sure we're ahead on that? Nope, these people don't want to do that. They want to like be at the behest of some sort of drug company or something, at some sort of unions. I mean, what is keeping these people in such confusion that they're persisting in this abusive behavior and won't desist? It's ridiculous. This is called demonic. They have strong spirits in them where they won't desist to the one who is in sway over all things. That's why they don't change their minds until the end, after they see, obviously. I mean, these mountains and things are not typically in eruptive states. You know, when they put me in jail the last time, there was a major, or the first time, the only time, again, they had to lie to get me in there, and they're being disingenuous now to try to get me back in there. People died in Japan. I mean, you can't cover this up. This is really happening. And this is really what the Bible's about. You can't, I mean, I'm being an honest person and they're just trying to jam me up and hurt me. I mean, I was gonna do this after, literally I was thinking of doing this after Thanksgiving, but I guess doing it now is as good a time as any. All right. Hi, I am live streaming right now, and the police have been harassing me, and I've been documenting it on YouTube, and I'm contacting the local news organizations because it's at the point where it's literally, it's harassment, abuse, and bullying. And it's because I'm bringing up real issues that the police should be covering. They're seemingly paid off by people to abuse me. So I'd like to get it covered in a reasonable fashion. And I'm live streaming this now. They were at the door.
Okay, do you know why they're harassing you?
Yes, because they got caught in my roommate or someone I was living with, my landlord at the time, I was paying to live in his garage apartment, lied to them after I brought up that he was playing part in an abusive game of sexuality around me. And he lied that I wasn't sleeping, that I wasn't eating, that I was like making things up, which I clearly am not. And there's clearly literally a fake woman like account that's being used to psychologically harass me. And now the police, because they got caught listening to him and not me, and he's obviously the one bullshitting, I'm living my life completely in the open, like challenging all these things which are attacking me. And I mean, this is clear abuse, and I'm live streaming this, and you can like, I can send you the links and you can go look at it yourself and make your mind up, but this is clearly wrong.
Yeah, will you just email us the links and then any information that you have as well as your contact information so we can do a follow-up?
Yeah, so I'll send you the links, and it has all my social media and stuff, and I'm just always connected. And if you need me to send, like, this is my phone number. Do you need to write that down, or should I put that? Okay.
But yeah, also include it in the email.
Okay, and I'm just contacting all the news organizations. I was gonna do this after Thanksgiving, but like, this is terrible, and it's really abuse. And
Okay. And which agency is it, I'm sorry?
I mean, I believe it's just the Houston Police Department.
It's Houston PD. Okay. Okay, do you already have our email address or do you need it?
Which one should I send it to?
It's newstips@khou.com.
Newstips@khou.com.
Yes.
All right, and I'll send that right now. And what was her name?
Elena.
Elena?
Yes.
All right, thank you very much, and
Okay.
have a blessed day.
Okay, thank you.
Bye. Let's forward this. If you're wondering why I'm going in this order, I'm just going up the channel list. I mean, so channel 2, channel 11, I guess I could contact PBS too, but huh? Okay, I'll just go to the other news organizations first, then I'll look at the public. Yeah. Hello?
Hello?
What? Kind of look ridiculous, but I mean, to have to wear this thing is ridiculous. Honestly, this shouldn't be happening. Not in America, not in 2018. These people are Nazis. They cannot see. Do you get it? Yeah. All right. Time to call Fox 26. It's on Fox. Well, I can't go out of the contact because wait, sections. This is an issue. Every time I go down, it's it still goes down. Or all right, hold on. I need the privacy policy.
Fox 26.
Yo, I am being harassed by the Houston Police Department.
One moment.
Sounds like they already have a a situation for this, a code for this or something. Maybe I should have said it in real time.
Sorry, Isaiah Carey is not available. Record your message at the tone. When you are finished, hang up or press pound for more options.
Yo, my name is Matthew Ray Wilkins, and I am being harassed by the Houston Police Department. Harassed and abused and bullied. I have it on live stream, I have it recorded on YouTube, I have it posted around a number of places. And these people are taking it to a level of ridiculous abuse that it should have never gotten here. They should have just dealt with the things that I was asking them to deal with, but I caught them acting in ways that they shouldn't, and so they're trying to make me seem as if I'm a bad person or incompetent or something, and it's honestly really terrible. So I would like to send you my information. My YouTube channel is youtube.com/user/yoyox3/ and then that should take you there, and you can see a number of instances of abuse, and I will recontact the news tip team or send something to the news tip team about this in email form. But I would really like this covered. This is a terrible instance of abuse here in 2018 in the United States, in Houston, Texas. People trying to abuse me and have been for a long time, and it's terrible and wrong, and I've caught these people again on live stream. So why they're still persisting in their abusive behavior is beyond everybody at this point, and the fact that they are still not desisting when it seems as if they're just a gang of people trying to abuse the populace is evident at this point. So I'm just going to end this call. Thank you for listening. Have a blessed day. My email is yoyox3@gmail.com, and my phone number is this one that I called you on. It should be available. I'm doing this on live stream, so I mean, I think you can get the number that's calling right now, and if not, I'll send it to you on email. So have a blessed day. Yeah. What address does this give me? I mean, all the news organizations should be working for the people, just as they should to show what's actually going on in the light, instead of some company. Hopefully that all these companies that kind of own them over top can't reach down this far to the local level to manipulate the stories, as people seem to be trying. I mean, are these people paid off by the House of Saud? I'm watching videos here, like Saudis use Trump response to Khashoggi's murder to cast doubt on CIA assessment. I mean, is this more of people being paid off by Russians and shit? Like, they're harassing me, obviously, because I'm bringing up, I mean, these people are just, there's way more money in oil companies not persisting in oil behavior, but a couple of people, like, even they're talking about the Arab, like, the money, the Saudi money that will be lost in the city of Houston if these people get jammed up or something, or if they don't want to do. I mean, there's all sorts of other Arabs that would love to call these people out for being satanic and not actually following Allah, who clearly has a name and is clearly calling out just a bunch of abusive sovereigns who, I mean, they aren't actually engaging people in any real way. They're seemingly just trying to buy off a system and abuse people in real time, and they've been used to that, but it doesn't work when there's, you know, at the end of the Bible, the sovereign prince, leader of the people, stands up for people and says, enough is enough. Your abusive behavior has caught everybody out in a place that's inappropriate, it's uncomfortable, it's diseasing. You're going to stop. So, just watching this guy again, he's like their paid spokesperson, and he speaks very much with a specific cadence so that you listen and that you're not threatened too much, but that you carry along with his specific narrative, and it's just ridiculous. So there's clearly, I mean, they're trying to buy off a narrative, and there's clearly, well, they're just abusing Matthew Ray Wilkins here in Houston, Texas, too. I mean, a number of people are. To keep a broken society going, that nobody wants to listen to the person who obviously is in reason, making sense of all sorts of things, who has incredible perspective based out of reason to deal with actual issues. Nobody wants to do it. Well, a number of people do, and these people seem to want to jam them and me up and make it seem like they're not the people in mental confusion. I mean, they're obviously in mental confusion land. I mean, the police officer, one of them, I think, realized, I think you do have to give me your badge number if you're at the door and you're trying to get in. And then the other one's like, nope. Officer Griffin, nope. Well, I mean, that's why nobody in the populace cares or trusts the police. I mean, you're just a gang of people trying to lord authority over Americans or other countries at this point, obviously. And drug companies and just whomever else other than the people. Other than people, just the people that you're supposed to work for. You know, this place would work better if you were actually working for the people. See, in other countries, like, we were just looking over Saudi Arabia. I mean, Prince Salman created pseudo-religious Disneyland and literally just lives there, him and his father, so King Salman as well. They just do whatever the fuck they want, right? And in that, it seems as if they're trying to lord some sort of Mecca nation over them and the Prince of Persia. I mean, that's literally how the book goes. Are these people trying to infer that that's not what the whole biblical narrative is about, and that's not exactly what's going on? Just in real time, you can see these people. It's like there's not some sort of, well, this is experiencing issues, but you can see, it's like there's not some sort of perspective that you can't just get. These people want to bury their heads in the sand, else they want to be paid and abuse people. I mean, it's not too hard to see. Let's contact Telemundo and Univision. As we were looking at El Popo exploding yesterday. What's going on here? What's green glow? It's like as I'm starting to show people some perspective of, look, I've been attacked. You guys need to engage this. You guys actually need to stop harassing and abusing the person who's obviously been wronged, and you need to engage this in a real fashion. Else, I mean, who cares about the police if they're just obviously persisting in they're trying to impose terror on me to abuse and bully me. There's no real reason. They haven't actually just fixed my issue or engaged the issue in any real way. Other than, I mean, they're paid off or something. I've brought up they should be going around with these on, but the broadcast to live to, I mean, this is 4K. Are they broadcasting in 4K? Do they go live to YouTube and Twitter and Facebook and stuff? I mean, that's the whole point. They should be doing this. This all should be lit up. That's the whole point of this. These people have been attacking me for so long. It's ridiculous. And then pretending like they're not the ones in the wrong. And then using the police here to pretend still. I mean, looking in the door, again, as the police came and harassed me the first time, I wish I had video of them illegally stepping in. That's why you don't open the door for the police like that. It's not to disrespect them, but they'll take ground because they're being snaky. That's snaky. Yeah, they're being crocodile-y. It's like Leviathan. They have some sort of armor or hide that they shouldn't have. I mean, how are these people operating illegally here in America? It's inappropriate, it's immoral, it's illegal. It's against Christianity, it's against Islam, it's against it's Pokemon. It's against Pokemons. I mean, there's better system of laws than Pokemon. It's against Judaism. It's against what all the other things claim to follow, Buddhism and Hinduism. It's against all these. I mean, these are, when they even purport to, don't these anarchists or nihilists or, you know, punk or whoever, atheists or whomever, I mean, don't you want to live in a place also where the Gestapo and the Nazis aren't trying to jam you down or something? And to the Nazis, I mean, you still cannot see. You guys are, you cannot see. Do you get it? There actually is a burning furnace. They're just fans of the person who has that burning furnace. They tried to put up someone, all these fans attacking the word. And that's to deal with all these abusive, terrible people that are persisting in abusive sexuality and not engaging. Okay, this has been going on for a while around Matthew Wilkins. Why hasn't anybody engaged it in any real reason to deal with what's going on around me? Why are these people bullshitting and trying to pretend like their world is anything? I mean, these people are destructive to no end. They just want to hurt people. They don't have any real, I mean, did you take your medication? I mean, are you taking a bunch of medications where you're drugged down? It would seem like it. You aren't making any logic or reason in your arguments. You're, again, just some lackey coming to, I mean, that's your whole point. I don't know. I mean, I didn't talk, you didn't talk to me. Exactly. Every time I try to talk to someone in a position of power, it seems to shift like some sort of thing that doesn't actually want to engage any real issue here. It just wants to exist still, even though it shouldn't. Or it should at least need to change to a degree where it's living in the light, you know, as much as its citizens are. I've been robbed here of at least $800,000 here in Houston. I've been robbed of my car here in Houston. People are attacking and abusing me through, I mean, through my family. It seems as if they've brainwashed my parents. Is my mom even my mom anymore? Is my dad even my dad? Are these people even my relations? Have they not just drugged them into submission? And I mean, they're not none of these people are making sense with where they want to go with their society or reality. They just want to keep doing these same loops of whatever until they die, and then they think they go to heaven or something. They think they get out of here or something. No, I mean, that's not even what the book says, so why are you trying to argue like that? It's not even what these wizards say, I don't believe, and they'd be wrong anyway, but who comes on a cloud of enchanters and stuff, or what is that, a cloud and... Oh, yo, I mean... Or who comes even just on the clouds, obviously. Yo. And that's what the book is about. It's about a person manifestly coming and being that person, not... an everlasting king, not... Oh, we're just waiting for Jesus still. Nope. I mean, that's not what it's about. I mean, to some degree, who did Jesus say he's coming back at? Actually, who did he say he's coming back at? And this person is Matthew Ray Wilkins, obviously. It doesn't put the name on someone. I mean, I've made it really obvious. They're trying to live in mental confusion land because it hurts a whole bunch of people's bottom lines. But those people's bottom lines is based in hurting people. And that's a fact. So, look at this. First of all, the rays shining through the storm cloud there. I'm going to message Univision now, but this is ridiculous, and it's still so obviously abusive that, I mean, these people are just condemning themselves more and more. Why would anybody want to exist here? I mean, that's what they're trying to choke out of people. And they're using the police to do so. It seems as if it's written in Daniel that they have some sort of iron shin tooth thing for an hour or something. I mean, they have power for an hour. Certain sovereigns or something have power for an hour, and then they get it stripped from them publicly and embarrassingly. Against the word here, Matthew Ray Wilkins, who's been harassed and abused in ways that is historically terrible and will historically be dealt with. That's exactly what the Bible talks about. So for them to come try to drug pharmakoi and pharmakia, as we do this, I mean, we'll do a Bible study as we do this. I mean, they're still persecuting Christians here in... A bunch of fake Christians are living out this Roman Empire-esque stuff shit while they're persecuting a real, the anointed. Yo. It says anoint your eyes and sit on the throne, but they don't get to that part of the Bible. They're too afraid. Else, they don't want to sit on the throne or anything. They don't care. They want to attack the throne, watch the throne, something. Where do I contact? How do I contact these people? And I say these people. Where do I contact Univision? Obviously, go down on Fox's, go down on ABC. It says contact us. Let's see. Company information. Oh, it's up here. Contact us. Yep. I'm not looking for sales. Okay. Is this a community relations thing? Is this what is this, main number? Oh, just call it main number.
Thank you for calling Univision Houston. Para continuar en español, oprima el 1. Our business hours are Monday to Friday from 8:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m., excluding holidays. If you know your party's extension, please dial it now. If you would like to contact our news department, dial 2. Sales inquiries, dial 3. For radio, dial 4. If you would like to contact administration, dial 5. To access our general directory, dial 9. For our physical address, dial 8. To To leave a message on our general voicemail, dial 0. Thank you.
Univisión.
Yo, hablas English?
Yes, how can I help you, sir?
Oh, okay. Yo, so I'm on a live stream right now, and I'm being harassed by the Houston Police Department, and I'm contacting all the news organizations here in Houston I'm contacting a number of news organizations, and I thought to contact you guys, and I just wanted to know if I could send you an email with the information about it so you can make your own mind up, but it's clearly happening on live stream, and I have it recorded.
Yeah, please send us the email with all the info and links and then we can see.
Okay, and it's pretty well painted out on YouTube, but I'm going to, let's see, what is your email right now?
Univision45 at univision.net.
All right, and I'm just going to forward, it has a link to the live stream, a link to my YouTube user account, and just one of the instances of police harassment, but I have all sorts of social media accounts posting up to what's going on, and there's clearly a number of scandals and ridiculous situations going on around me, and it's not being engaged in any real way.
Okay.
And so I just,
This is legal representation. Have you placed a formal complaint in the police department? With internal affairs?
No, so they actually already, my roommate, or I guess landlord at the time, lied to the police and had me locked in jail based on a lie. And they're continuing to listen to, even while I'm live streaming and explaining this situation in real time and pointing out, there's a number of people who are obviously harassing me in various places, and these people would rather the police would rather come and abuse and harass me than deal with this. Even as many fire alarms and things that I pull, as much as I scream and yell, they're trying to make me feel vulnerable and defenseless. And that seems, first of all, childish and abusive, and it also seems like it's not what the police are supposed to be doing. So, I figure it's better to show this in real time.
But you will still need to file a formal complaint, because that's the first thing they're going to tell us. If you file a formal complaint against whoever or whichever department or person is doing this, they need to know that.
Okay.
Otherwise, what they're going to say is like, well, nobody told them.
At this point, it's a number of people, and they have been told.
Well, place a complaint with the police department. Let them know what's going on.
Okay, this is the thing. It seems as if they're very obviously working in conjunction with a number of their departments. So I'll file a complaint, but that's the whole point of reaching out to the news organizations and filming this. Like, I'm recording this and live streaming and recording, GoProing it, and I have another camera. And the idea is that, there should be multiple angles to their abusive behavior in real time, and that I'm having to do this, and that, it's not being engaged properly is wrong, so.
Okay. Well, part of the proper procedures are to file a complaint with their own department so I can investigate them. Just send us the links and the information as they said too, okay?
All right.
Thanks.
All right, thank you very much. Have a blessed day. Bye. Yeah. So I'll do that, and file a formal complaint. At this point, it's this is the third obvious harassing thing, and now they're doing it specifically because I'm bringing up what they should be fixing instead of harassing me. Oh, are you taking your medicine? You're not. You're the ones harassing someone who's obviously speaking just reason into. There should be more cameras places to show that you're coming and harassing not just me, but a number of people. For a while, it was. Okay, it says it's recording. So, they're trying to make me take drugs. Well, clearly in Revelation here, here's part of the revelation. Pharmakia, pharmacy. The use or administering of drugs. They're trying to force drugs on me that I don't need to take, that I wasn't prescribed, that they're trying to illegally prescribe on me, that they're trying to illegally say that I'm in confusion when they're obviously in confusion. I mean, they're trying to make me take drugs that obviously don't work when, I mean, why is cannabis still illegal? I went over that. I mean, that should be on the same live stream if people weren't shutting my electricity off or trying to blow fuses and stuff, but, I mean, why is cannabis still illegal? It shouldn't be, obviously. Just went over this. I mean, and they just arrested some kind of Canadian investor trying to come into America with because of cannabis. Because, I mean, these people's massive drug companies, which are literally the use or administering of drugs, poisoning, sorcery, magical arts, often found in connection with idolatry and fostered by it. These people, they're from MHMRA and the Houston Police Department who are persisting in abusive rape behavior. I mean, they're trying to rape away my authority via sexuality, drug me down, and throw me in a mental and literally a physical prison. That's abusive and rape behavior. These people should be ashamed. This is terrible into eternity. People are going to be thrown alive into burning sulfur lakes over rape behavior as described in the book of Revelation. Part of the revelation is metaphor, the deceptions and seductions of idolatry, sorcery, magical arts, often found in connection with idolatry and fostered by it. These people trying to force drugs on me which make no sense, that are synthesized drugs. They have to be created by laboratory people. One who prepares or uses magical remedies, sorcerer, pharmakeus, from pharmacon, a drug, spell-giving potion. Pharmacon, drug, literally spell-giving potion. Those pills, drugs. They're in liquid form, then they make them into powder and jam, you know. Are they in liquid form or are they powder? Whatever. They're drugs. If you pour water on them, they're in liquid form, then they take the water out of powder. They make them into little pills, they give them to you. Druggist, pharmacist, or poisoner. Is this all pharmacists, as I've said before? Doesn't seem as if all pharmacists want to do this or are this, but I mean, they're trying to drug me into submission in a way that is clearly this, not anything that is getting me out of mental confusion or providing any reason to the situation. The drugs that they wanted to make me take, it's sickening. They make you sick. They're poison, literally. Pharmakos, sorcerers. Faces, Yadic orders, exposure, informing against those who have embezzled the property of the state or violated the laws respecting the importation or exportation of merchandise or defrauded their wards, the disclosure, secret crime, phase, saying, report, tidings. Oh, it seems, let's see, to affirm, allege, pretend, profess. It seems exactly like it's written into history, as these people are these abusive people who think that they're magicians and stuff, and oh no, I'm an upstanding member of the Houston Police Department, and you need to take your medication. It seems like you're a drugging abuser here in mental confusion land, and you think you're some kind of wizard or something. You don't actually seem to have any real authority other than your abusive drugging people into. Into submission? I mean, I'm not going to be drugged into submission by your drugs. This is literally Revelation 18 after the whore of Babylon is judged, because there's literally women who are losing their power and men who are losing their power over this abusive rape behavior. And the light of the lamp will shine no more, and the voice of the bridegroom and bride shall be heard no more at all in thee, for thy merchants were the princes of the earth, for with thy sorcery, all the nations were deceived. Wait, with thy medication, magic, pharmakia, all the what does it say? All the ethnos, all the ethnicities, all the races, habits, tribes, foreign, non-Jewish, pagan, Gentile, heathen, the goy, the GUI, the GI, the goy, the locust, something, Babylon, in Babylon, the troops, it says a company, troop, swarm, and they're using military police to rape me down. I think this is normal. Well, in your rape land it is, in Babylon. Medication, magic, medicine, drugs or spells to administer drugs, the use of medicine. Ethnos, usage, customs, be used. Plano, to go astray, to lead away from the truth, to error, to lead aside from the path of virtue. To cause to roam, to astray, to deceive, err, seduce, wander, be out of the way. Whose way? Yah's way? Yahweh? Yahweh? Out of Yo's way? Out of Yo way? So, seems as if voice of Numphios, bridegroom, and Numphe, married, Mary, veiled. For all the merchants, Emporos, 1713, tradesmen. Emporos, tradesmen, 1713. Makes sense here in Houston, right? One on a journey, whether by sea or land, especially for trade, a merchant as opposed to retailer, petty tradesman. Matthew, merchant. Revelation, merchants. Merchants were the great men of the earth, and all the nations were seduced by thy sorcery, caused to go astray. Cannabinoids as antioxidants. So all these people trying to drug people down and then make seemingly a plant that, okay, well, then our government say that this plant does exactly what you're saying, and the family. Europe, Japan. So Japan, who has cannabis illegal. You're just continually bullshitting along with the United States government. Again, they sit on a volcanic island. So the Japanese government is being used to abuse people. I mean, this is a medicine. This is clearly a medicine. It goes against the drug scheduling. These people are trying to force drugs against me, which should be scheduled illegally. Yet, here's the patent right here, which invalidates the law, along with how many states, along with it's decriminalized, along with whatever. They still are trying to get me to take drugs, which clearly seduce and deceive. I mean, this one is something that grows. My whole point with this is, well, all these drug companies lose a lot of their power. Something just grows that fix a lot of their stuff. And then, if it doesn't, well, it's still there's something that grows, and you can just not take it. But it's better that these drug companies aren't lording some sort of machination along with these, Prince of Persia and all these people. It's just a bunch of money that's being used in resource to try to rape down existence itself. Can we get away with attacking someone in public in such a terrible way and then still have power? No, you can't. Congrats, you're the worst people of all time. You're going to be taken down out of any position of authority and condemned. Let's contact Telemundo here and see what's... Got some yolks, huh? Yeah. Yo. I mean, El Popo in Mexico there is another volcano that's like, well, I mean, you guys believe in Jesus, right? Jesus was clearly saying you have to listen to someone who gets this right. People are giving it into the hands of Satan instead of, the word, Matthew Wilkins. Satan means adversary, just someone else who it shouldn't be, and they're empowering them in ways that, I mean, even with magic and machinations and drugs and stuff, I mean, it's clearly not working. They're clearly in the wrong, too. They aren't the ones speaking with authority either. Well, you can send a comment. Send a comment. Due to the high volume of things they receive. Well, I mean, when I go to... Okay. Wait, what's the email address? Is there a phone number? No. It's owned by NBC. So again, these are owned by wealthy people who would, I mean, everybody has interest in living, and there's no way you get around stripping the one who has life unto himself of that life and then move forward in reality. I mean, you can see people being hurt in real time. These people are hurting people by their abusive behavior. They're empowering rapists to rape down reality. Instead of empowering the word to engage those rapists, these people should be ashamed. They're, I mean, condemned into all eternity as abusers. It's just the truth. If you don't like it, don't do it. You know, the people that are attacking me, not the people that I'm contacting. Hey, look, a volcano. Maybe? Look it and share it. Is that it? That's at telemundohouston.com. Does everybody here have emails? I could tweet at all of them. This has to be processed first before I could do that. Okay, I'm just gonna stop looking over Telemundo's. I'll send it to this one. Maybe let's send it to this. The stories, tracks. Trail. All right, let's do this one. All right. Send it at to send, to issue out. Stories? What is this? Send photos and videos. I mean, that's what I'm doing. I'm sending photos and videos. Is there enough? And is it too big? We'll see. First. Part of my point of wanting to do this in an organized fashion was that it could be more organized and make sense of it for people, but, you know, they're abusing and rushing this. It's like I'm being rushed into an obstacle. It's what? Stop. You're hurting everybody with this dumb behavior. You're stopping up everybody. Stop. To those people who are continually doing this at the behest of moneyed interest and not caring about, you know, the people here in Houston. Stop. Select a category. What the look at it and share it. I don't think they have a... Okay, I'm just not... I've already sent it to this one. Maybe that'll be good enough. If not, I'll figure something out. Part of my thing was I was gonna run to the... I was gonna, like, go to these places with the GoPro on. And it's like, yo, this is definitely happening. I just want to say hello. Let it be known. Matthew Wilkins. I believe people already know. But, yo, this is wrong, and this can't continue. And people shouldn't have done this from the beginning, and I shouldn't have to yoke people down in a way where, I mean, take the good yoke, not the, you've been abusing me. It's like a terrifying yoke into a terrifying situation where you're looking God in the face. Into a bad place. Those people are more worried about Pharaoh and wizards. You get these concepts. I mean, this isn't mental confusion land. Authority chains which they shouldn't be following, which don't actually have earthly authority, which claim to have authority based on some sort of divine right, which they would have to acknowledge, comes from that, which then, still still Matthew Ray Wilkins, and they're abusing it at the behest of someone else in an adversarial fashion. And people in Japan are dying in real time. And they locked me in the first time. I'm just gonna bring that up one last time on the stream. I mean, not one last time, but before I turn this off, and then... Also, someone's going to be in town. A friend of mine is going to be in town soon. A friend. I mean, at this point, are people just watching? Is there some sort of underground that is like, oh, okay, it's time to... Or is everybody just paid off? Is there Samaria? I mean, even in Samaria. Who's leading Samaria? Gilgamesh and, you know, beating down Babylon and all this stuff. All right. Yeah. What a flat. Beating down mental confusion land who don't want to admit that when they're wrong and want to stay in mental confusion and abuse people using, I mean, the doctors that they have are clearly snaky wizards. I mean, they just want to drug people down. That's the administering of arts, or the magic arts of administering drugs, poisoning people. I mean, they aren't administering drugs that heal people. So this is when Joel lied, first of all. Revelation. We'll pull that up in Revelation. This was lies to get me into their custody. So these things are clearly going on. You have to be lying about this lady to not engage that this is going on. These people think they're space lords. There's only one. See all these sovereigns who are persisting in abusive behavior, and these people who are paid off to persist in this abusive rape behavior around it. Those police officers should be ashamed. They are rapists with these women who are rapists. It's rape. They have raped away my sexual authority, just as if you raped a woman, and her sexual authority and psychological sexuality, her psychosexuality has been violated. That's what these people have done to me. Those are rapists. They're empowering rapists. They should be ashamed. It's embarrassing into eternity. Those police officers, Officer Polito, Officer Griffin, that's rape behavior. They should be ashamed. Those people from the MRA, they should be ashamed. But more so than that, these people who are exerting illegal authority in rape fashion are stripped of their authority in public. So this was more, I mean, 10 days in a holding. This is literally, speaking of that, look, I know thy works in tribulation and poverty. I mean, they stole 800,000 from me. I should have had more. They keep putting blocks in front of everything. They keep trying to rape me down with every woman that should be connected to me in a way, because they're just trying to create a fantasy land where these women can get away with dumb realities that don't even fulfill them. That's why this is like, oh, the birds of prey are about to swoop in, because, I mean, you can't, it's my world, obviously. These people who are persisting in abusive rape behavior, it's not their planet. It's not theirs, that's why it's rape. Tribulation, pressure, and poverty. but thou art rich, Pluteos, wealthy. I know the blasphemy, vilification of them that say they are Jews. Yodeos, you have to spell it Yodeos. This name comes from the name Yo. Yah. That's why you say hallelujah. And Yo in front of Yoda. And Yoda, who Yoda's his own name, Yada means to know in Hebrew. Yo. Yoda Yos. But are of this synagogue of Satan, Shaitan, the accuser, adversary in Hebrew. Just the word adversary in Hebrew. Adversary, you can see it there. These people are being adversary. They're being abusive. They're being adversarial in an abusive fashion. It's adversary. So, I've already gone over it in Hebrew. We'll go over it more. Synagogue of these people who are vilifying me in a way that they shouldn't, to abuse and harass. Fear none of the things which you shall suffer. Behold, the devil, traducer, so Satan, who is the devil, the adversary, the accuser, shall cast. So is that El Diablo shall cast some of you into prison, into guarding, a guard, that thou might be tried, and thou shalt have tribulation, pressure for 10 days. So when I was in that pressure, a 6.1 earthquake, clearly in the narrative you can see on my Twitter, happened. 300 people were injured, 3 people were dead. Probably more than that, but this is what they had to report. And then there was a massive eruption of Sakurajima, more so than what you've seen around me just looking at it, and there's large eruptions. This is you can see lots of smoke and ash and stuff. It's like a flashback, because they're putting me in war here in America. Instead of going out to war, they've always been trying to make my reality a war. That's why Yo is God of War, mighty over all war, because we're in this shit. It's going to be mighty over it all. This is Diablos, means prone to slander, slanderous, accusing falsely, a calumniator, false accuser, slanderer, applied to a man by opposing the side of God, may be said to act the part of a devil, of the devil, or to side with him. Satan, the prince of the demons. And finish this thing where I was explaining, as Satan and the devil Satan, traducer, cast me into a guarding. Diablo, specifically Satan, compare 7854. Well, what's this? Oh, it's Hebrew for Satan. Adversary, one who withstands. So, someone who keeps getting in the way to abuse me. Adversary, in general, personal or national. Superhuman adversary. Again, these people won't desist. They're being empowered by demonic spirits. It's abusive rape behavior. Maybe they're being empowered by rape babies and drugs, it would seem. Superhuman adversary, Satan, as noun. Opponent, literally the Hebrew word for opponent. Satan, adversary. So just adversary. We stand for adversary. It's like a video game. They stand for player 2, who doesn't actually exist. That's an NPC. You get it? To be or act as an adversary, resist, oppose, accuse, attack. Those Satans out there, they think, oh, hail Satan, hail adversary, hail adversary. Congrats. That's who you're hailing. You're not hailing anything that makes sense. That's abusive, adversarial behavior that they're trying to make me look bad. You can see this live on camera. You can tell anybody, well, just go back on camera. You can see what they're doing is inappropriate. You can see how they're handling it as wrong. You can see they're the ones sweating and, the officer who was crying, stinging tears coming down his eyes because he knows what he's doing is wrong, yet he's still persisting in his behavior because he's listening to some chump in authority over him. Yeah, you're chumps that are persisting in abusive rape behavior. Look me in the eye and say you aren't, you're lying. You're abusive rapists. You're persisting in rape behavior, and you need to deal with it in a real fashion and not come and abuse me anymore. So, yeah, people got hurt when they threw me in that prison for that time. And they're still trying to act as if that's some sort of reason to come and drug me illegally down. No, that's wrong. So, alright, I'm gonna end this. This is still going live. And I'll post up more of the Houston Police Department harassment around my reality. And more of the harassment, you know, assuming I can't play games without being called. Like, it's like in Egypt, it's like Mitzrayim, multiple siege engines against me because all these fake ethnicities arguments being put up into like mechanical things jamming up against me. Oh, there's another one, there's another ethnicity, and then another, oh, it's all the Goy and the troops and all these, and the fake synagogue of Satan, all these people attacking me. And that's exactly what's described in this book in multiple languages, so you get the symbols and concepts out of it instead of, you know, the confusion land that they're trying to drug people into. Yeah, it's exactly what's going on. Those are wizards and magicians in Babylon. They're druggists and abusers. Houston Police Department. Yeah. So, alright. That's it for now. I'll scan one last time over these things. This is hurting everybody. This is why people are still dying. This is why death still exists. You want to be adversarial against everybody and not allow anybody to live into the future. You're abusive rapist. You should feel ashamed. Houston Police Department, you are shameful and embarrassing on the Houston community. You're a bunch of abusive rapists. You need to deal with this in reality. I'll be filing formal complaints, obviously. Now the news organizations are aware. You've handled this so terribly, this cannot, but anything, go down in history as a case of historical abuse here in the Houston, Texas community. You are shameful. This is shameful. You're embarrassing. That I have to be IA, Yah, hallelujah, here in public is ridiculous. You're shameful and embarrassing. You're abusive, shameful, embarrassing rapists. You should be ashamed. Yeah. You're yoked into that situation forever. You're still empowering abusers. You are still obviously the ones in the wrong. You do not want to yield. You are being satanic. That is literally what satanic is. We just went over that. I'm not caught by mental confusion land. They don't have a book. They don't have a guide that's not written by wizards. The DSM gets changed. This word doesn't change. Do you get it? That's where reason and logic comes from. That's why it's supreme over all supremes. Elah. Yah. Houston Police Department, you should be ashamed. You work for me, more so than anybody at this point, obviously, and you're being satanic and abusive. You should be embarrassed and ashamed. The whole Houston community is watching. Congrats. All of the world is watching. Congrats. Officer Polito, Officer Griffin, the MHMRA, HCPC, you should be ashamed. This is embarrassing. All right, that's it for now. That's it for now. Have a blessed day. Have a blessed night. Wherever you are. Have a blessed one. Yeah. Yo. So, I'm about to go do something. But I figured I would start recording here. It'll be here. I might mark it in the video. You know, it'd be nice to have more help that is people that are friendly and, you know, that I'd actually like to work with, except, I mean, who is that at this point? It seems like a bunch of people are just acting really hostile and adversarial. Well, a bunch of people were already acting like that, and just me bringing it in the light is like, oh, well, now it's just like I'm surrounded by a bunch of people who are like, adversary, adversary. And there doesn't seem to be anybody. Yo is friendly, you get it? But all these adversaries acting adversarial, that's adversarial, that's satanic, that's what that means in Hebrew, in Greek. Adversary. Okay, yeah. I'm gonna go do what I was talking about. I'll leave this streaming, yeah. Oh. Yo, what's up?
How are you?
Good, how are you today?
Good.
Okay, I'm recording this. If it's not obvious, there's a GoPro on my forehead. And I'm doing this because today the police came and harassed me. And they had come the other day and harassed me. I gave you my Flickr the other day. I'm recording basically everything I'm doing live on YouTube and streaming it. And I've been recording a number of interactions between myself and the police, and they are clearly continuing in an abusive, harassing behavior. And it's extremely inappropriate, and they aren't legally allowed to be doing it. I'm going to be contacting IA about it tomorrow. I guess tomorrow.
As far as
Thanksgiving. That was my whole point, is that they seem to be doing this right when this is an issue, and it's going to be difficult. I've contacted basically all the news organizations in the city that, TV news organizations. I'm going to be contacting, the Chronicle and Houston Press and more news organizations, because this is wrong, and that this is happening like this still is inappropriate. They shouldn't be coming up. It's just as if they were someone who doesn't have business here actually. Just because they have a badge, they don't actually have business here. They're harassing me. There's no legal authority behind them coming and harassing me. It is just harassing, abusive, bullying behavior. And as a resident here, I would not like you to let them up to my apartment, especially if they don't have a warrant. And it seems as if the police department would you like to?
308.
Hey, it's Bella from Harassment. How are you? Good, thank you. I have your number. Your cell phone. 8-4? Perfect. Thank you. Go ahead and go to the 8-4. When you exit the elevator, make a right.
I mean, it seems like the officer had specific personal business and was using police matters to harass me. And they were police matters which, people made false complaints about me. I've literally been harassed by my former landlord, who on the last day I was living with him, lied to the police and had me jammed up in a terrible adversarial fashion. And it's not appropriate that they're being allowed without any kind of warrant or anything. I mean, on personal harassing business, they shouldn't be allowed up to my apartment. So please don't let the police up unless they have some sort of warrant or a real reason, if there's danger or something. But they're definitely just harassing. And I'm broadcasting everything I'm doing. You can bring up my live stream Twitter right now. I mean,
Well, I don't appreciate you putting my face live on the camera, but okay.
Well, that's the issue, is we're all in public and people's behavior is catching other people in problems where, I've been abused and attacked over long periods of time and nobody's actually doing anything about it. As many fire alarms as I pull, nobody wants to actually do anything about it. People are making jokes about the abuse. People are precipitating rape violence on men and women due to this rape behavior, and they're still trying to make me feel like someone insignificant in my own home here in America. It's wrong. I don't mean to put you on blast, but I've been put on blast publicly and on TV, and it's wrong. So,
Okay.
please don't allow them up. Thank you very much. Have a blessed one. Yo. One moment. Okay, so what I went and did was I went and talked Carlos, leave. Let's see. Yeah, Carlos Guzman. And I shared with him my Flickr account here the other day, doing this all in public. And it's pictures that I've taken here at the Sovereign. And I went and told them that the police shouldn't be allowed to come up here. Like, don't allow the police up here if they don't have a warrant. That seemed to be personal harassing matters, more so already condemning the police having harassed me numerous times when they shouldn't have. But that seemed to be clear police harassment relating to personal things or just in any sense. It is police harassment where they shouldn't be allowed up here without a warrant. They shouldn't be allowed to go to that door without some sort of cause. They don't have anything. What they have is people's abuse on me that they're trying to reinforce in a rapist fashion. That's wrong. Is this some sort of Legion type issue? I mean, as I was telling them, they might as well be people in costumes. Because that's what that's what the police force is looking like to people, just people in costumes. So, I told Carlos not to let people up here, not to let the police up here specifically. As I walked down there, I passed that doormat next door that says, "We're all mad here." And I looked down there and, well, the MHMRA people might get a laugh out of that, the police might get a laugh out of that, or do they not realize, everybody else is mad here and saying that they're mad, but clearly, I got yokes and maybe I'm the salt of the earth or something. Maybe I'm mad and salty. I don't know. What does it look like to you? Looks like I'm just trying to fix a bunch of stuff and I have to be enough of whatever to fix the things, but I exist. It does say we're all mad here, and I disagree with that. In the sense of I'm not crazy. They're crazier than I am, those police who are harassing me and thinking that this is okay. Here in America, seemingly for people outside of the country, seemingly testing out this, how far can they take it? Well, they can take it seemingly as far as they can for an hour, and then, time's up, in public, total embarrassment, eternal condemnation. To the multiple sovereigns, or people given sovereign authority to attack me. Clearly I've been showing this since 1996. Yod I A. Yoda. But also just, you know, Ya and Yo, Da, I know Yoda, my own name, I yada it. And Yoda, you know, just like, clearly, Star Wars character based off that, though it seems like Vader and Luke and everybody is. Seems like everybody's just out of my existence, and this is just people trying to abuse me still and mock my reality. Again, I'm clicking towards... I'm talking about the people that are doing it, and then I'm looking at the city and clicking toward... Like, I clicked at this and, you know... Well, I mean, it looks like people are still trying to make their points, right? You can see Popo's having a reaction now. It's literally having a... I mean, is it a reaction, or do I just control these things with my spirit? And am I getting furious, or is it just about that time? Have a nice fireside chat here. And, you know, I stoked the fire with my own... with my mind, with my spirit. People look back on these videos, these people are terribly condemned into eternity. They're trying to bother me for a little time. And then just fit exactly what would fit my words. So is that what I want, or do I not want it? Are you in a paradox because you want to do it? Or, you know, whomever. I say you. The people that are doing this, and clearly some people listening. So, just GoPro'd that. I mean, those are off. This is not drawing enough to blow that fuse. People are trying to bother me here at the Sovereign. It seemed as if Carlos, when I brought this up, I mean, he was really worried that this was public. Everything's public. You have a public job, you are in public, everybody's public. The whole place is public. This is a small place, this is all public, especially when people are trying to put me on forms of public-private TV illegally. Nope, it's all public. This is all public. That's how we're doing it. Congrats, you guys brought this into public like that. I mean, so, to people like Carlos, I mean, if you don't want to be in public, these people shouldn't be doing this to me. Use whatever network you have to say, that's wrong that they're doing that to him. Yo. As I was saying, I mean... well, you can see again, I mean, they're just trying to... People are just persisting in abusive behavior. It's because people have been abused, and that's all they know. There's literally not... This at most could pull 20 amps. Lou was talking about that pulling 20 amps. It's not... There's no way that this fuse is just blowing like this randomly. I mean, I can just stream from my laptop if I have to. Yo. Like I was saying, I can just stream from my laptop if I have to. See, they're trying to make... Okay, well then I'll just also stream from my laptop. Why not? Actually, why not? All these people who are killing people into death are going to experience terrible torture on their being for all eternity. I mean, congrats, they're fucking terrible, and that's all they experience is that for eternity. I'll set up broadcasting here in a moment. I mean, you're condemning everybody to that. You're hurting everybody instead of actually dealing with issues. Everybody's hurt because of your abusive behavior. You're going to die into eternal burning torture. It's imminent, sudden. Congrats. Condemned into eternity as rapist garbage thrown into an incinerator. Actually. That's what these people are condemned to, because that's what they are. They're rapists, they're garbage, condemned into a burning incinerator. And they're fearful. You can see every movement is out of fear. If they weren't fearful, they would just let me talk, but they're pussies. Literally, as I put pussy, these people try to come and harass me at the door. I mean, that was literally someone else. That was something I quoted from the game, and literally, they're just driven by hate, so anything that I do, whether good for them or bad for them, they're just dumb animals attacking me. You get that? Dumb, broken, venomous animals. That's why they're going to be executed into eternal burning torture. I mean, that's literally what the Bible says, and it seems to be valid and reasonable at this point. And you can hear the fearful movement. You can see their fearful movement patterns. Yo. Got the GoPro on, so this is just more proving my point that these people are being abusive. And my word's just validating itself more. So, the validation part of them being executed into eternal burning torture, I mean, that's imminent, suddenly, right? Well, what happens if I unplug this? There's no way it can be going over then. Literally, there's no way. This doesn't draw that much. So just for your confirmation during this time period, as if people needed any more. Yo. Hey, yo. Yeah. Alright. We got these all in order. Popo's looking nice there. Smoky Mountain smoldering. Oh look, it was clear and then as there's issue. And there's... Is it glowing now? Looks like it. We'll keep checking up on this momentarily. Just get this all recorded on this GoPro. Stream's back up though. All right, that's it for that GoPro experience. Oh, let's look at this. One more look at El Popo there. See that eagle with its talons grabbing a snake? Some wonderful symbolism in that. All right. Have a blessed day. Yeah.